Hello students, today we are going to study the different points from the thermal conductivity. As you know in the previous class that the different forms of the energy. So basically what is meant by the energy in the physics, quantitative property that is transfer or utilized to do the work is called as a energy. Then also you know that the concepts of or law of conservation of energy, that is energy neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transferred from one form to another form, that is the law of conservation of energy. So also you know that there are different kinds of the energy, that is kinetic energy, potential energy, chemical energy, mechanical energy, electrical energy, light energy, sound energy, and also the thermal or heat energy. So there are different kinds of the energy or different forms of the energy. One of them is the heat, and whenever heat is transferred, then it belongs to the thermal energy. So also you know the simple one concept that whenever we consider about the heat, then whenever there is a large heat and compared with the less heat, then whatever the higher position or large heat is position, then it is called as a hot, and comparative to this, whatever the less heat position, that is considered as a cold. So in this way we can differentiate the hot and cold depending upon the heat. Now we will consider the different modes of transfer of heat. So modes of transfer of heat. Again basically you know heat is transferred from higher energy level to lower energy level, and depending upon how heat is transferred from one point to another point, we will it has different three types that are called as a mode of transfer of heat. So first mode is called as a conduction. So conduction. So what is happen in the conduction? In the conduction, it is defined as the process in which heat is transferred from one point to another point in the substance without the actual movement of the particle. So in the conduction, heat transferred in the substance. So for example, it is generally represented as a solid. So this is a solid substance, and in this substance, suppose this is the hot end, then heat is transferred from hot end to cold end. Suppose here is a hot end, here is a cold end. So heat is transferred. So this heat transfer process is called as a conduction. That means the process in which heat is transmitted from one point to another point, that is higher energy level to lower energy level, then this process is known as a conduction. So in the conduction, what is happen? Consider this bar, and here is a hot end, or you can supply the heat here. So whenever heat is supplied and bar is kept for some time, then what will be happen? Initially it is at uniform temperature or uniform heat energy, but whenever heat is supplied, heat is absorbed by this area, and then whatever the molecules are here, the amplitude of vibration is increases and heat is transferred to the next particle or next molecule, and in this way after some time heat is transferred to another end. So this phenomenon of conduction, it takes place in the solid only. So this is about the first mode of the transfer of heat. Then second mode is called as a convection. So convection of heat, the convection it takes place generally in liquid, or it is also takes place in the gas also. So what is its definition? It is defined as the process in which heat is transferred from one place to another place by actual movement of the heated particle. So heat is transferred from one place to another place by actual transfer of the particle. So whatever the particles are transferred, so for example, it is given the example that whenever we hot the water, so whenever heat is supplied in the pot, whenever the cold water is kept, and if you supply the heat, then after some time the water molecules absorb the heat and that are get to the upper side, and whatever the water molecules that has less heat that comes down, and by this process here the by actual particle movements the heat is transferred from one point to another point, that is represented as a convection. The another example is whatever trade winds are there, so that wind is transferred due to this heat energy, that is also belongs to the convection. Then third one is the radiation. Third one mode is radiation. So what is happening in the radiation? The radiation is defined as the transfer of heat from one point to another point without intervening the medium. Transfer of heat from one point to another point, that is again from higher energy level to the lower energy level without intervening the medium, that is called as the radiation. And the best example given for the radiation is whatever the sunlight is coming to the earth, that is the best example of the radiation. Now we will consider the next point related to the thermal conductivity, that is coefficient of thermal conductivity. Coefficient of thermal conductivity. So in the coefficient of thermal conductivity, consider the solid cube. So we will draw the small figure here. So this is the approximately a solid cube. So this is the solid cube. This is left side, this is the right side. So left side, this face is present at the temperature theta 1. Right side face is present at the temperature theta 2. Basically at a steady state, whenever no heat energy is supplied to it, both are at the temperature theta. So this is the solid cube present at the temperature theta. Then whatever this the distance is represented by the x, and whatever the surface area, that is denoted by the a. So there are 6 surface areas are there that are represented by the a. Then when you supply the heat, so amount of heat is supplied to it, then from the left side we supply the heat. So what will be happen? Its temperature is increased, that means it is supposed to be theta 1. At that time this is theta, but as soon as the time is passed, then heat is transferred from one side to another side, and here the temperature is become theta 2. So in this way, regarding this diagram, this is a solid cube is there, and these are the notations, and using these notations and this construction, we can try to understand the concepts of coefficient of thermal conductivity. So whatever heat is transferred from left side to right side, that is given by, so there are different points are related. So what are the points? That whatever the heat is transferred, that is proportional to the surface area, directly proportional to the surface area. Then it is also directly proportional to the time, that means for how much time that heat is transferred from left side to right side. Then that is also proportional to the temperature gradient, that means the temperature difference between the two phases, that is theta 1 minus theta 2, and the amount of heat transferred is inversely proportional to the distance between the two ends or whatever the thickness. So in this way, here it represents mathematically four proportionality, that is Q proportional to area, Q proportional to time, Q proportional to temperature difference theta 1 minus theta 2, and inversely proportional to the thickness. Using combination of all these is represented as Q is proportional to area into theta 1 minus theta 2 into T divided by X. Now here whatever this proportionality, that proportionality is replaced, so therefore the equation becomes Q is equal to, and we are going to use here the proportionality constant K. So Q is equal to K into A theta 1 minus theta 2 into T divided by X, where whatever this proportionality constant is nothing but called as a coefficient of thermal conductivity. So whatever this coefficient of thermal conductivity, in this case Q is the amount of heat that is measured in calorie or kilocalorie, A is the area, that is unit area, so 1 meter square, then theta 1 minus theta 2 temperature difference in degree centigrade, time in second, and again thickness in MKS unit it is the meter. So in this way these are the units. Using these units we are going to measure the unit of this K. So what will be happen here? The K is equal to becomes Q into X divided by A theta 1 minus theta 2 into T. So I erase this side. So K is equal to Qx upon A theta 1 minus theta 2 into T. Therefore K is equal to Q in calorie or kilocalorie, distance in meter divided by area meter square, temperature difference in degree centigrade, and time in second. So the unit of coefficient of thermal conductivity is calorie meter upon meter square degree centigrade second. So again meter square get cancelled, and K is equal to calorie or kilocalorie per meter degree centigrade second. So again instead of calorie or kilocalorie you can use its units joule. So K is equal to joule per meter degree centigrade second. Again you know that joule per second is nothing but a watt, and therefore here K is equal to watt per meter degree centigrade, or it can be written as watt meter raised to minus 1 degree centigrade raised to minus 1. This is the unit of coefficient of thermal conductivity. Then again if you concentrate on this equation, K is equal to Qx upon A theta 1 minus theta 2 into T. If you consider all these quantities are unit, that means 1 meter square area, temperature difference is 1 degree centigrade, time is 1 second, and the separation distance is a 1 unit. Then what is happen? All these quantities are becomes 1 1 1 1, and therefore it becomes Q is equal to K, or K is equal to Q. So in this way here for all these unit quantity the coefficient of thermal conductivity is equal to the amount of heat transferred. So in this way here this is about the coefficient of thermal conductivity. Now we will see related to this one simple another point, that is thermal gradient. So in the thermal gradient again consider or imagine the same figure, and in the same figure thermal gradient. So thermal gradient, so theta 1 minus theta 2, that is one phase temperature, second phase temperature, and separation distance is x. So using this previous diagram, or imagine this, so here it is represented as the theta 1 minus theta 2 temperature difference divided by x is represented as a thermal gradient, and it's defined as the rate of change of temperature with respect to distance is represented as a thermal gradient. So here temperature it changes with respect to the distance. So what is happen, as this is the distance, so if theta 1 this side, theta 2 this side, and if this distance is small, then, and if you compare whenever distance is large, so what is happen, whenever the distance is temperature is decreases as soon as the distance is increases. So temperature decreases as soon as the distance is increases. Therefore, due to this, that is temperature decreases as the distance increases, due to that this temperature gradient is represented as a negative. Then as the change in the temperature, so it is also represented as d theta by dx. So thermal gradient is nothing but d theta by dx. Now in the previous equation, that is q is equal to k a theta 1 minus theta 2 into t upon x. Here theta 1 minus theta 2 upon x, we can replace it by d theta by dx. So therefore here q is equal to k a d theta by dx into t, and as temperature decreases, distance is increases, it is a negative quantity, so it is represented by the minus sign. So q is equal to minus ka d theta by dx into t. Using these concepts, here we are going to study the dimensions of k, that is dimensions of coefficients of thermal conductivity. So as again here we know that q is equal to minus ka d theta by dx into t. So what are the dimensions of k? So for that purpose, first we know that using this equation k is equal to, what will be happen, minus, it becomes q dx by d theta, then into a into t. So now using this equation we are going to transfer this, k is equal to minus q then dx divided by a d theta t. Now q is the amount of heat, that is the energy. So the dimensions of the energies are nothing but basically here m1 l2 t raised to minus 2. These are the dimensions of energy. So put these dimensions in this equation and all remaining dimensions, we get the dimensions of k is equal to dimensions of energy m1 l2 t raised to minus 2, then dimensions of dx, that is length, that is l, divided by dimensions of area l square, dimensions of d theta, that is theta, and time, that is again t. And simplify this one, what will be happen, t goes to upper positions, then it becomes raised to minus 1 and this minus 1. So dimensions of k is equal to, now this L2 and L2 get cancels, so M1 then T raised to minus 3, then L and theta raised to minus 1. So L square get cancelled, M1 as it is, T raised to minus 2 and this T upper side T raised to minus 3, this L and this theta. So in this way this becomes the dimensions of K, that is dimensions of K is equal to M, it can be also written as M L T raised to minus 3 theta raised to minus 1. This is the coefficient of thermal conductivity or thermal conductivity. Using the same concept here, the another very simple short concept is thermal resistivity. Thermal resistivity. So what is thermal resistivity? So thermal resistivity is defined as the reciprocal of thermal conductivity. That means 1 upon K is called as a thermal resistivity. So this is the definition about the thermal resistivity, and the another very short point we will study is thermal diffusivity. Thermal diffusivity. So thermal diffusivity. So in the thermal diffusivity, what is the thermal diffusivity? So it is denoted by H and it is defined as the ratio of thermal conductivity to the capacity per unit volume. Capacity per unit volume. So whatever the capacity, that is given by mass into specific heat divided by the volume. So therefore, so definition, thermal diffusivity is nothing but the ratio of thermal conductivity to the capacity per unit volume, and mathematically it is given by H is equal to K upon mass specific heat per unit volume. Again we know that mass per unit volume is nothing but density and it is denoted by rho. Therefore H is equal to K upon rho into specific heat. So this is nothing but the thermal diffusivity.